Hey y'all, welcome back to the garage. Welcome back to the channel. If you tuned in the other day, you saw we got this door jamb all sprayed. We got the whole car unbagged. We cleaned it all up. And now for one of my favorite parts of the project, we are going to be mounting the fender flares pretty much for the very last time. Alright, so a lot of you guys are probably tuning in because you want to see these mounted on the car as much as I want to see these mounted on the car, as you can tell from the big stupid grin on my face, but I'm sure you want to see how to install these. If you've been tuning in for a while, you've seen that I've pre-fit these to the car, and once I got them all pre-fit and sitting exactly where I wanted them to sit, I drilled the mounting positions and I used these little tiny screws to secure them in place, and I used that when I was body working them because I wanted the fender to take the shape of the body itself, and then I could body work it and get it nice and smooth because that's where it was going to sit. So that's why I use those screws. And then when I go to mount this today, which is basically going to be the very last time until we put the hardware in it that's going to secure it to the fender. We use these to mount these for the final time today, and the reason we're going to use these is because we have the double-sided tape. When we go to peel the backing off, and I'm going to show you a trick how to do that so you don't have to do it before installing it on the car. And then as we're pulling that backing off, we're going to remove each screw, and then they'll be permanently adhered to the car. Then we'll put our final fasteners into it. So first things first was I used some good old wax and grease remover. Get it online. I'll put some links down below. I used some heavy duty 3M VHB tape. I cleaned this whole surface with the wax and grease remover to get all that dust and dirt and a bunch of that fiberglass off of there so that I had a really clean surface. And with the help of a heat gun, I'm going to go around it now and push it down all the way just to make sure it's got a really good adhesion to the fender flare itself. And then I'm going to show you the trick that we're going to use so that we can put these on the car without peeling all the backing. Can't tell if it's the tape that smells like a burning squirrel or the pad that I'm working on, but one of them does. Alright, so here's a trick to getting the backing off after these are installed. And I do recommend doing it this way. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to peel off that protective tape right on one of the corners. Peel it back just enough that you can lay some body tape on there, put it back in place, hold it over top, make yourself a little loop. Now, when your fender is in place and it's all lined up, all you got to do is pull each of these tabs and the tape backing will unfold and pull right out nice and clean. One more down here and that's it. And where I'm going to start with this, one single screw. So we're going to run that screw through there about halfway, and we are going to use this as our hanger. And you may be asking yourself, well, what the heck is a hanger good for besides beating your children? Old movie reference. Some of you will get it. And what the hanger is going to do, that's going to allow me a spot to get this somewhat lined up. So that that's holding it in place. And the reason we don't put any of the other screws in there is if we got to make an adjustment and then you have a screw hanging in there, it's a good chance you're going to scratch your fender, screw them all up, and you're going to be really angry at yourself. Ask me how I know. Alright, and still being careful with this, we're going to get this screw started. That is poking through. Now, when you go to line this up, you're actually going to put it in the hole, back your screw all the way out. And you'll see the panel lowered to the body panel. And then you'll screw it in. And that'll draw the panel close to the body. We're gonna go, actually we're gonna leave that one for right now. I'm gonna hit a couple of the others. Same thing, real slow, just poke it through that double-sided tape. Get that lined up with the hole that's already there. Push it down tight and then put our screw back in. And the reason you do that is you do not want to be cranking on these panels with trying to draw the panel down with the screw. You want the panel to be down and the screw to hold it in place. Keep in mind, these things are fiberglass. They do break very easy. Perfect. So now that I got these things all mounted up, like I just couldn't resist. I had to get out the buffer. You remember in the last episode I said I color sanded these with a 3000 grit. That's why you were getting that nice sheen off of them. I also do that because it makes it really easy to buff when you go to a 3000. So see what our fender extensions look like with a nice polish on them. By the way, I'm going to give you guys 2 major time-saving tips. Number 1, if you don't know how to buff and you're not familiar with buffing, time-saving tip number 1, do not touch one of these buffers. I promise you'll be repainting your car. Get you an oscillating head buffer. You can do the same work. It's just going to take you a lot longer, and you will learn how to buff through using one of those. The second one is, don't ever try and buff your panel clean. There's a high likeliness that you'll burn a spot trying to do so. So get you some nice clean microfibers, and as you're buffing, go around, clean it. If you're not happy with the finish, go back to buffing. And last, we're going to give this the watch test. You need to be able to read your watch in it. Oh yeah, you can read that. I am pretty darn happy. That's not ripples. That's the insulation on the roof. Yeah, I'm super happy with that. Oh, do I like those. Alright y'all, so we started on this car first thing this morning. I guess it was probably about 9 o'clock, and it's about 9 o'clock right now. I'm whooped. I'm ready to go to bed. I've had enough. super nice. Oop, missed a spot. We got a little bit more buffing to do on that door, I think, kind of like right towards the center. Same thing back here. I got a little spot back here, but I'll hit that tomorrow and get that out of there. But boy, I'll tell you, I'm pretty thrilled with how this is looking. All right, y'all. So this guy's gonna call it a night. Be sure to hit that like button, the thumbs up when you know, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.